Hello and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting stories. Let's start with our sporting director, Mateu Alemany, talking about the sporting director's 3 rules to negotiate contracts. It have just been revealed. We are going to be looking at that. Then still talking about Alemany, we are going to be discussing on how Mateu Alemany transformed FC Barcelona into a more sustainable financial unit. We are also going to be looking at that. Then to finish this episode, talking about young left back Alejandro Balde, as it has been reported that Barcelona are in no rush to renew the contract of the 18-year-old breakout star. We are also going to be discussing about that. So guys, as we get right into the stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are very welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona's chief negotiator and sporting director, Mateu Alemany, is proving to be quite a coup for the team. As Barcelona continue to look for a path to return to former glory, Alemany has made sure he gets the deal done for the team. To begin with, it was Alemany who catered a solution to the long-standing saga of Ousmane Dembélé. The young Frenchman was locked in negotiations with Barca over salary and agents' commission, and it was Alemany who ensured the winger's continuity without the commission and an anti-injury clause. As it turns out, Mateu Alemany, he's walked through a certain pattern. As reported by journalist Laia Tudel, there are a few things that the sporting director is very particular about. First, he prefers shorter meetings, and secondly, he does not really get close with the players. It is said that he prefers to keep his distance, and those meetings are conducted in an office rather than in a restaurant or a hotel. In all, it could be said that Alemany is a man of ethics. A detailed breakdown of Alemany's approach was revealed, where it was written that he attends the meetings only after devising a strategy and working out all the possible permutations before getting into a dialogue. He's an executor. You tell him who he has to sign and he gets it for you, and for the lowest possible price. It doesn't matter what it's called. The Barca member was quoted as saying by the aforementioned media outlet, "If he wants to pay you 10, he will start with 1.5. He also wins by exhaustion and meets a former player." Furthermore, it is believed that Mateu Alemany is a big fan of performance-related contracts. His idea behind every deal is to add extreme variables, which for him carry a lot of weight. He said to me, "If you play 45 minutes, it doesn't count." I told him, "And what if I come on for halftime, half an hour, and I score?" He thought about it and agreed to change the clause. "It was the only thing I won against him in 10 years, says another former player. So through all these techniques, I think Mateu Alemany has made himself not only the jack of all trades, but also a master of all. Then secondly, let's talk about how Mateu Alemany transformed Barcelona into a more sustainable financial unit. It goes without saying that a certain Alemany deserves more credit for Barcelona's financial well-being than he usually receives. The man behind Barcelona's key negotiations has been with the club ever since Joan Laporta began his ascendancy. By the time Laporta's management took over, Barcelona were in a troubling financial state. We all know that. And while it carried on for a subsequent amount of time, things are now starting to look rosy enough to feel good about it. While most of the credit for the aforementioned is slightly or is rightly given to the sales of financial assets, Alemany's work behind the scenes has gone unnoticed. As relayed by Relevo, in a series of tweets, Barcelona's football director has made major changes to the player contracts, including amendments to the variables and concepts of those deals, and this particular aspect is said to affect the likes of Ronald Araujo, Jules Koundé, Memphis Depay, and Hector Bellerin due to their current physical state. Here's a brief of everything that Alemany altered since his arrival. First, on reasonable terms. By the time Alemany landed at Barca, the previous management had completely lost the track of finances. Hence, upon studying the structure, the 59-year-old was left in sheer disbelief. mostly because of the wages the players were working on. Until then, his hands were mostly tied because the contracts were already signed. As it turns out, apart from the basic salary, the team was paying much more than they should have been paying as part of the bonuses. All this because they do not count the percentage of games played by an injured player. Say for example, a player started one game and went on to miss the next 9 through injury, his participation would still be 100%. The players who profited the most throughout this were Ousmane Dembele, Samuel Umtiti and Philippe Coutinho. The trio missed several weeks of action through respective issues, but when they were available, they had the required participation percentage to collect the bonuses. The second, changes made. Upon examining each and every term, Alemany made several big changes to the concept. To begin with, injuries and the extent of missing weeks are now being considered when calculating the bonuses. Back in the month of September, it was confirmed that Ousmane Dembele does not have an anti-injury clause. Does have an anti-injury clause in his new deal. This means that if a player starts one game and misses the next 9 through injury, his participation rate would be just 10%. While this may seem like a drop in the ocean, the amendments made will make a huge impact on the finances and possible savings towards the end of the course. This is because players who are currently sidelined will have a hard time reaching the desired figures in order to be eligible for those bonuses. It has indeed been a long walk for Alemany to date, but it is believed that the 59-year-old is still working on redesigning a more sustainable financial model for Barcelona. Then on to the final story of discussion. After Pedri and Gavi in the last 2 seasons, Barcelona have unearthed another gem of a talent in Alejandro Balde in the 2022-23 season. Even though the La Masia defender made his first team debut last year, it is in the current season that he is enjoying his proper breakthrough, having already dislodged Jordi Alba as the first choice left back. Indeed, Balde has started all but one of Barca's La Liga matches this season, sitting out only during the opener against Rayo Vallecano. He has also registered 3 assists in the process, quickly becoming an important part of Xavi's setup. So it should not come as a surprise that Barcelona are trying to tie Balde down to a new long-term deal. The 18-year-old's current deal with Barca stands to expire in 2024, and Barca are intent on ensuring that he stays put at Spotify Camp Nou for much longer. Marca, however, is reporting that Barcelona are relaxed over his contract situation and they are in no hurry to sign an extension at this point in time, as they believe there is enough time for them to enter into negotiations over a renewal. Barcelona have been doing a good job building a core for the future by tying down young and raising stars to long-term deals. They have already handed extensions to Ansu Fati, Gavi, Pedri, Ronald Araujo. Barca are also planning to prolong the contract of goalkeeping duo Inaki Pena and Arno Tenas. Balde too is on the agenda and discussions are taking place, but the club have pressed pause on that currently, as they are under no pressure to hand out a new deal right away. But it does not mean that they do not intend to renew Balde's contract. In fact, Barca hope to resume talks with the left back in a few months' time as they look to keep him around beyond 2024. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.